Kabilang na ang mabilis na pagsasakatuparan natin ng malawakang pagpapapakuna.
Today, the Office of the Cabinet Secretariat and the Presidential Communications Operations Office brings you Pamana ng Pagbabago, Kasama Sa Pamana Regional Pre-SONA Series. This series intends to inform the general public across all the regions of the major accomplishments of the Duterte administration from 2016 and its ongoing programs and policies for 2021. Today, we'll also report on the COVID-19 pandemic response, including the ongoing National Vaccination Deployment Plan, or the NVDP. This is Oliver Rivera of PIA Region 12, your host for today. To formally open today's event, let us all welcome Cabinet Secretary Karlo Alexi B. Nograles.
May buntag sa tanan sa ato ang host ng mga LGUs, Governor Reynaldo Tamayo, Mayor Eliordo Ojeda, in behalf of Secretary Isidro Cid La Peña, Secretary Martin Andanar, represented by USEC DG Ramon Paluping III. Kami po ay lubos na nagpapasalamat, nagkakaig salamat sa inyong pag-welcome sa amo diri. Sa tanan nato mga kaigsunan na niya karon, labi ng ato mga regional directors. Of course, I'd like to especially mention Dr. Aristides Tan sa Department of Health kung saan nakililay mga national government agencies nga niya karon. Dili na akong mention tanan. Sa tanan nato mga kaigsunan nga mga taga-Davao nga niapod karon, nagbisita pod o mga nagtrabaho diri. Sa ato mga naa sa private sector partners nato or all our national counterparts in Region 12, friends from the civil society, friends from the media, fellow public servants, mga kababayan, may buntag pag-usab. Dili muhunong ang atong trabaho maski naa ang bulga nga dala sa COVID-19. Padayon ang atong pag-ampo nga pirmi nasa maayong kahimtang ang mga gaserbisyo para sa ato ang nasod ug komunidad. Kining mga panahuna, kinihanlan nato nga mutubag sa daghang mga hagit na dala sa pandemic. It is my honor and privilege to welcome you all to the 4th installment of the Kasama Sa Pamana Regional Pre-State of the Nation Address Series or Pre-SONA Series here in the beautiful province of South Cotabato. The 4th leg of the series of activities culminating in the 6th and ultimate State of the Nation Address of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. We had a very successful kick-off in Butuan City in Caraga Region last April 15. This was followed by the 2nd leg held in Peña Blanca, Cagayan, last May 5, and the 3rd leg in Legazpi in Albay, last May 11. The Kasama Sa Pamana Regional Pre-SONA Series is jointly organized by my office, the Office of the Cabinet Secretariat, the Presidential Communications Operations Office, the chairpersons of the different cabinet clusters, and we are joined today by Secretary Cid Peña, and the members of the Cabinet under the guidance and direction of the Office of the Executive Secretary. Sa pamamagitan ng seryeng ito, we aim to inform the Filipino people across the regions of the major accomplishments of the administration of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, the plans for the remainder of his term, as well as the status of our COVID-19 pandemic response, including the ongoing national vaccination deployment plan. Essentially, these activities will serve as a comprehensive prequel to the final State of the Nation address of our beloved President, upang ating maihatid sa kabatiran ng ating mga kababayan ang mga programa at proyekto na nagawa at patuloy na ginagawa ng pamahalaan na maaring hindi mahagip sa SONA ng ating Pangulo dahil sa napakaraming naman talaga ng mga ito. The series will cover all the regions of the country, outside of course those where the Pre-SONA big forums will be held. Sa pamamagitan nito, nais naming maabot ang mas maraming Pilipino at maibigay sa kanila ang tunay na kalagayan ng ating bansa ngayon at mas malinaw na larawan kung saan tayo patungo sa nalalabing taon sa termino ng ating mahal na Pangulo. In the next segment of the program, we shall listen to the keystone and most notable accomplishments that constitute the legacy of the Duterte administration, from the economic development cluster, the infrastructure cluster, the human development and poverty reduction cluster, the participatory governance cluster, the security, justice, and peace cluster, and the climate change adaptation and disaster risk reduction cluster. Sa uling bahagi naman po ng ating programa, matutunghayan naman po natin mula sa Department of Health at sa National Task Force Against COVID-19 hinggil sa kasalukuyang pagtugon ng inyong pambansang pamahalaan sa pandemya, kabilang na ang mabilis na pagsasakatuparan natin ng malawakang pagpapapakuna. At this juncture, since we're talking about accomplishments, allow me to share with you our work in the Interagency Task Force on Zero Hunger, which was created by the President by virtue of Executive Order Number 101, mandated to coordinate and rationalize the efforts of concerned government agencies and instrumentalities to ensure a whole-of-government approach to attaining zero hunger. The Task Force Zero Hunger crafted the National Food Policy. Itong polisiyang ito, itong dokumentong ito ay naglalatag ng ating pambansang prioridad batay sa malalim na pag-unawa sa suliranin ng kagutuman at sa mga problemang kaugnay nito. Inilatag din ito ang komprehensibong roadmap tungo sa inaasam nating zero hunger sa bansa. Sa ating pagbabalangkas, dumaan sa butas ng karayong ang NFP, kabilang na ang pagsasangguni ng mga ahensya ng gobyerno, development partners, pribadong sektor, pamantasan, civil society, at people's organizations upang matiyak ang whole-of-nation approach naman sa ating pakikidigma sa kagutuman dito sa ating bansa. The NFP focuses on 6 key result areas with objectives as follows. Key result area number 1, to review and rationalize existing policies, rules, and regulations hinggil sa kagutuman at pati na rin sa zero hunger. Under this KRA, we're currently in the process of identifying priority legislation and policies that will support our goals towards achieving zero hunger. Apart from urban agriculture, urban farming, food rescue programs, and expanding the scope of our current national feeding programs, as well as the promotion of breastfeeding, we also have identified the following priority policies. Institutionalizing the Tutok Kainan complementary feeding program for nutritionally at-risk pregnant women and stunted children under 2 years old. Institutionalizing the Philippine Multi-Sectoral Nutrition Program. Passing of the Zero Hunger Bill. Institutionalizing the Kalahit Seeds Program, and strengthening of the National Nutrition Council, as well as strengthening our barangay nutrition scholars. In KRA 2, which is to ensure available and affordable food, under this KRA, we have the Enhanced Partnership Against Hunger and Poverty Program. This is the banner program of the Task Force on Zero Hunger, which aims to mitigate hunger, ensure food and nutrition security, reduce poverty in urban and rural communities, especially the marginalized. Our aim is to have farmers' organizations cater and provide their food, their produce to the different institutional buyers such as LGUs, jails, DSWD supplementary feeding program, hospitals, both public and private, among others. The Memorandum of Understanding between regional offices of the DAR, Region 12, and BJMP, Region 12, and the marketing agreements between BJMP provincial heads and agrarian reform beneficiary organizations covering the provision of crops by said ARBOs to the different BJMP correction facilities within Region 12 were actually signed on September 4, 2020. This is one of the key objectives that we have accomplished in this region. On KRA 3, securing nutrition adequacy, members of the task force released policy guidelines such as DOH interim guidelines for the delivery of nutrition services even in the context of the COVID-19 pandemic. So to localize this, the Regional Development Council of Region 12, chaired by General Santos City Mayor Ronel Rivera, approved Resolution Number 10, Series of 2021, requesting local government units to support the implementation of the interim guidelines for the conduct of Operation Timbang Plus kahit meron tayong kinakaharap na COVID-19 pandemic. Other program implementation guidelines were also released for key nutrition programs during this pandemic, specifically the DSWD Supplementary Feeding Program, which ginagawa naman po ngayon sa Region 12, at yung DepEd School-Based Feeding Program. Pinagpatuloy rin po natin yan kahit na may pandemya. Based on March 2021 accomplishments, DSWD Socsargen was able to provide meals to a total of 98,989 children enrolled in supervised neighborhood plays and child development centers for school year 2020 to 2021. In the same school year, the Department of Education, Socsargen, was able to provide nutritious food packs to 193,401 children. The school-based feeding program is actually still ongoing implementation, and different schools have adopted different strategies to reach out to all these hungry children during the ongoing pandemic. Region 12 continuously implements advocacy-related activities through the use of social media and radio, while training and capacity-building activities for local government units were held even amidst the ongoing pandemic. Kasama dyan yung basic course training for barangay nutrition scholars, monitoring and evaluation of local level plan implementation protocol for barangay nutrition committees and the municipal nutrition committee, focus group discussion for the implementation of the Philippine Multi-Sectoral Nutrition Project, and Nutrition in Emergencies Information Management Training, which was held in Tacurong in partnership with Zwilig, Family Foundation, and the National Nutrition Council of Region 12. The City Government of Kidapawan, in partnership with DOST FNRI, also launched the Complementary Food Center in the city last April 8, 2021 at Barangay Magsaysay, Kidapawan City. This complementary food center aims to locally produce baby food blends exclusively for 6 months to 23 months old children. These nutritious baby food blends include rice and mongo food blend, rice with mongo blend with vegetables, and rice and mongo with sesame food blend. Sa Sultan Kudarat Province naman po, the municipalities of Colombio, Esperanza, Lambayong, Calamansi, President Quirino, and Senator Ninoy Aquino adopted and implemented the DOST FNRI Project Anak that focuses on providing feeding intervention for 120 days with priority to those who are underweight, stunted, and wasted children 6 months to 24 months old, using complementary food products by the DOST FNRI Complementary Food Production Center established in the Sultan Kudarat State University, Isulan Campus, Sultan Kudarat. The 6 municipalities also targeted 24 months to 35 months old malnourished children. Cotabato Province, Arakan, Antipas, Alamada, Alyosan, Carmen, Cabacan, Magbet, Makilala, Mlang, Mitsayak, Libungan, Tikit, Ikawayan, President Rojas, and Tulunan for South Cotabato Province, Banga, Lake Cebu, Norala, Colomolog, Santo Niño, Tampakan, Tantangan, and Tupi are preparing for the implementation of the Tutok Kainan Supplementation Program, ang dietary supplementation program ng National Nutrition Council for children 6 to 24 months old. Sa KRA 4 naman po, to secure food accessibility and safety. Under this KRA, the Department of Trade and Industry has Diskwento Caravan, aimed to provide reasonably priced quality products to the consuming public. And during this community quarantine situation, the Diskwento Caravan served as an alternative to supermarkets, groceries nationwide. Here in Region 12, DTI has conducted 12 runs of Diskwento Caravan, serving 134 barangays covering 52,919 households. 264 manufacturers participated, generating a total sales of 30.7 million pesos from April to October 10, 2020. In KRA 5, to ensure sustainable food systems, food resiliency, and food stability during emergencies. Recognizing the extreme weather events that disrupt our food systems yearly, the latest of which was even the African swine flu or African swine fever. The national government, through the Department of Agriculture, Philippine Crop Insurance Corporation, has enhanced its crop insurance program with the increased financial risk protection for agricultural producers as their target outcome, covering rice, corn, high-value crops, livestock, fisheries, and even non-crop insurance and credit and life term insurance. 3.5 billion pesos has been allocated for the crop insurance program of your government. For CY 2020, a total of 585,940 insured farmers and fisherfolk claimed indemnity amounting to 3.37 billion pesos across the country. Of these, 61,426 claimants were from Region 12. As lead agency in the NDRRMC response cluster for food and non-food items, your Department of Social Welfare and Development, DSWD, repositions family food packs as augmentation support to local government units affected by disasters. DSWD has extended over 208 million pesos worth of relief supplies as augmentation support to localities battered by the recent typhoons. In Region 12, DSWD reported distributing 65,428 boxes of family food packs worth 31.7 million pesos for a 9-month period in year 2020. Finally, KRA 6, which ensures information, education, awareness, and people participation. Under this KRA, local chief executives and LGU officers across the country, including those in Region 12, actively participated in the webinar series called Kasapatan at Ugnayan ng Mamamayan para sa Akmang Pagkain at Nutrisyon or Kumain webinar series. All with the objective of formulating the national food policy. Aside from the LGUs, we also consulted academe, CSOs, and NGOs, religious groups, among others. Another endeavor is the Pilipinas Kontragutom Lahat Kasali, which represents the private sector's response to the government's call for a whole-of-nation approach in ending hunger in the country. More and more private sectors partners have joined and signified interest in joining the advocacy. Since our launch in November of last year, we have had many private sector partners, and because of this pandemic, we first focused on projects that deliver direct assistance to affected families and individuals. Among the priority areas to be touched by Pilipinas Kontragutom would be Cotabato, South Cotabato, Sarangani, and Sultan Kudarat. Ladies and gentlemen, this ends my brief report about our Zero Hunger Initiative and accomplishments on both the national and regional levels, particularly for Saksarjan. And I highly encourage you to listen intently to the presentations in the next segments of the program, because you will be given a chance later to ask questions to our panelists. Instructions will be given on how you can send your questions. But before I end, allow me to give my sincerest thanks and congratulations to our partners and fellow public servants who made the Kasama Sa Pamana Regional Pre-SONA series possible, from planning, conceptualization, to actual conduct and implementation of this event. First, the Office of the Executive Secretary. Next, the Presidential Communications Operations Office. Of course, the Cabinet Clusters Chairpersons, my fellow Cabinet Secretaries, and the officials and personnel behind the scenes who kept everything running. We still have many activities lined up towards the ultimate State of the Nation address of our beloved President, and as always, we will count on all of you for their success. I would like to thank everyone for personally coming here to Coronadal City to join us in bringing this information campaign to the people of Region 12. And also to everyone who wanted to join us but could not because of the strict travel restrictions. Thank you for being here virtually. It is my sincerest hope that we all continue to work together towards recovery, and know that your government is here for you and has never stopped working for you and the benefit of each and every Filipino. Padayon kita. Padayon kita sa pagdinulagay. Tanan nga ini matapos gid, kag malampasan naton paagi sa atong hugot nga pagtuo, pangamuyo, kag pag-ulikid sa isa kag isa. Maghalong kita pirmi, upod sa akong pangamuyo nga mangin, madinalag-on kita sa tanan natong nga mga bulaton kag mga damgo. Kinahanglan naton magbinuligay, kailangan natin magtulungan. Madamog gid nga salamat. Sabihin natin aking governance. Pero na yan, t-shirt, may face shield. Friend mo para si Gloria kung may face mask. Ayan o. We have turnover na natin kay Mayor para na siya mag-one.